Good morning, everybody. This is Joy from Clearwater Creations. Today I'm going to be talking to you about string algae and why it's one of my favorite things to see this early in the spring. Okay, so as you can see, the snow has finally melted from around my pond, and all of a sudden I have this massive string algae bloom here. And I know for a lot of you this is a scary sight, so early in the spring, oh my goodness, is my whole year going to be filled with string algae problems? Well, it all depends on perspective a little bit. So I'm going to help maybe provide you with a little bit and tell you a little bit about why I love to see string algae this time of year. So as you can see, the shallow end here is almost completely covered in string algae. Now the good thing about this is it's nice and easy to manually remove, so I can use my hands or a net and scoop this out rather easily when the time comes for that. But there's a couple of reasons why I'm having such a crazy string algae bloom all of a sudden. I just pointed out that all the snow is finally melted from around here, and the funny thing is, all the snow and ice that actually sits on top of your pond over the winter time actually has nitrate in it. So if any of you know what nitrate is, it's fertilizer. So as soon as that snow starts to melt, all of a sudden you have all this new fertilizer in your pond, and you have this wonderful little string algae bloom. The other thing is, I'll take you over here to my intake bay. You can kind of see that, there's some debris and stuff in here, and that is now starting to decompose. So in the spring, as the water warms up, any debris and stuff that's in your pond, it was going to start to decompose. It's going to release nutrients in the water. It's going to feed the string algae as well. Now, string algae always wakes up a little bit early before most of the plants and stuff. So the reason I love to see string algae this time of year is because check out how nice and clear my actual water is. We can see right down to the bottom, which is actually the goal here in all of our systems. So we want to have nice, clean, clear water. The algae, the string algae, is easy to remove, right? It's, I consider it like weeding the garden every year. Sometimes, you just have to get down and dirty and pull a few weeds, and it's the same with string algae in the pond. So string algae like this does not scare me whatsoever. It's actually a good sign that the ecosystem is alive and well, that things are starting to wake up a little bit. And the other thing it's doing is, you can see my plants here aren't waking up yet. Actually a little bit of green. Hey, look at that. Finally starting to poke through. But before all these plants wake up, what this algae is doing is it's actually taking over the role of all these plants. So in the summer and the springtime, the plants are feasting off of all these extra nutrients in the water, and they combat directly with algae for available nutrients. So without the plants, the algae thrives, of course, but the algae is actually feasting off the nutrients in the water that are helping to keep your water nice and clear. So the algae is a good thing. If I were to start taking this all out right now, I may actually start to see my water quality diminish over the next week or two. So I'm going to leave it until my plants start to wake up a little bit more, and then I'm really looking forward to grabbing my net and just scooping a whole bunch of this stuff out. It's almost like therapy for me, so I'm not worried about it whatsoever. So things are looking really, really good so far this early in the spring, and I'll keep you updated as to how the string algae develops. But like I was saying, no reason to be afraid of this stuff this time of year. It's a good sign. We want to see this. This is a good sign that things are alive and well, and you're off to a good start for the year. Okay, so there you go, a little spring string algae 101 for you. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to let me know either in the comments of the video, or feel free to give me a call, email anytime. I'm always around to help you out with your ponds. Thanks everybody, have a great weekend.